we do want to make sure that there is real capital in front of taxpayers. The other issue, we'll be looking for bipartisan legislation to get approval to put a full faith and credit on the securities.
He testifies before senators tomorrow. America's listening to Fox News.
W277CK Princeton. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Going to be a warm one out there today. Under sunny skies, expect a high of about 91. Clear overnight tonight, a low down to 68. Another sunny, hot day tomorrow. A little bit warmer than today, actually, a high 93. With a low overnight of about 70. And then sunshine returns for Wednesday, a high 92. The WPKY Futurecast says blue skies all week. A slight chance of rain coming in Friday night, but temps staying hot this week, highs in the low to mid-90s. Again, sunshine and 91 today. It's 67 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
Time to take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
Alrighty, the Caldwell County Extension Office will hold an informational session regarding the book club. That's coming up September 12th at 5:30 at their office on US 62 West in Princeton. Anyone who's interested in joining is encouraged to attend. 365-2787 is the number to call.
Well, develop early learning skills, one story at a time. Now, this is fun with stories, songs, and stretches at the Caldwell County Extension Office on Highway 62 in Princeton. Join on the yoga-inspired story hour on Friday, September 13th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now, the popular class is designed for ages 3 to 6, but siblings are also welcome. Space is limited. Pre-register by Thursday before class by calling 270-365-2787.
And come on out and help support our Caldwell County 4-H sharpshooters and get a great breakfast. At the same time, the country ham cured by the 4-Hers themselves, pancakes, biscuits, and gravy, sausage, scrambled eggs. There's something for the whole family to enjoy. Breakfast will be served from 7 to 10:30 at the Caldwell County Extension Office, US 62 West in Princeton. The meal is donation only. Everyone's invited to attend, and that is coming up Saturday from 7 to 10:30, 365-2787.
Well, Black Patch trivia questions. We've actually had this question asked of us a lot, haven't we, Ty?
That's right.
When they're going to give these answers. The ones that you found in your Black Patch book up there this past weekend. Now, the answer meeting is going to be on September 14th at the Genealogy Library, 6 p.m. 34 door prizes and gifts for those participating. You can find the trivia questions, again, in the Black Patch Heritage book.
A lot of Googlers out there, I'm sure. Northside Baptist Church in Princeton invites everyone to join them in celebrating their 70th anniversary. Sunday, September 15th, Brother David Wilkerson will be bringing the special message, music by Brother Tim Berger. Bring your favorite dish and stay for fellowship with a potluck meal in the Rock.
Well, bring your appetite and join in on the Supper Club at the Caldwell County Extension Office, September 16th at 5:30. Free kitchen tools, recipe cards, cooking demonstrations, money-saving tips, and more. Reserve your spot now by calling 270-365-2787.
Fredonia First Baptist Church on Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia invites the public to a free meal for all Monday, September 9th. Guess what? That's today. At 6 to 7:30 at the First Baptist Church Life Center in Fredonia. Everyone's welcome. The meal's free. For more information, 545-3401.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors & More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout Western Kentucky with quality flooring and workmanship. Perry's Floors & More carries luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl tile, carpet, window treatments, and more. Brands like Mannington, Shaw, Tarkett, Beaulieu, and Flexitech. Quality brands, excellent customer service, combined with 40 years experience is why they say you can walk on our reputation. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors & More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton.
We live in one of the greatest agricultural communities in Kentucky and in the country, and that comes with responsibility, especially during harvest season. Penny Ryle Electric reminds you to watch for heavy farm machinery on the roads. For farmers, staying safe means surveying for overhead power lines and underground utilities when moving large or elevated equipment, and when beginning any excavation project like tiling or fence post digging. Need guidance? Call Penny Ryle Electric. They've been cooperating with the ag community for now 82 years.
Pennyrile Home Medical is the only company located in Western Kentucky that stocks all your home medical equipment. Power wheelchairs, beds, oxygen, braces, diabetic shoes, CPAP, stair lifts, ramps, vehicle lifts, walk-in tubs, and thousands of other items, all at prices that beat the internet and other stores. If your doctor or hospital prescribes equipment, tell them you choose Pennyrile Home Medical. Local quality service for over 35 years. Call 1-800-445-8002.
Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress is the hometown store with big town appeal and style. Mandy and Elizabeth go to the furniture market and hand select Herb Hayes inventory with you in mind. You'll see the difference when you walk through their doors. It's a short drive to Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress, where you always get the best selection, the best furniture, at the best price on the Boulevard in Hopkinsville.
Herb Hayes Furniture, always the best.
1580 103.3 WPKY Coffee Talk is on the air. Morning conversations about things of interest to you. If you'd like to be a guest on Coffee Talk, just email us your information at WPKYonline@gmail.com. We're proud to call Caldwell County home. WPKY.
1580 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty at 8:09, and Coffee Talk is on the air. And I got one of my favorite people in the studio. I love him to death, Mr. Josh Cook.
Good morning.
Hey, I got your right mic on. How about that?
Awesome.
And we were talking the other day, and he said, that you have a special month coming up, correct?
We do. September is actually known as Life Insurance Awareness Month, and so it's a really good time to call a financial advisor, a life insurance agent, sit down with them, and just review your plan because, life changes. Things happen. We switch jobs. We buy a new house. We have another kid. We may lose a job. And our income's different, and we may need to lower our amounts or increase our amounts. And so it's a really good time to call me up, let me come out, sit down with you. It's a no obligation, completely free. We're just going to chit-chat like me and you do right here, see what your need is, do a needs analysis, and let's make sure that you're adequately covered, because I would much rather tell your family what you did have instead of going to them and saying you didn't have anything.
Well, you and I were talking the other day about that, and I said, you know what? Today is National Prep and Organization Day, and I thought that would be perfect. And I said, why don't you come in that day? So here he is, and I think that that's perfect, because when you think about that, there's some people that we have lost recently, that was kind of in my dad and I were talking about that the other day. And it's the little things that you don't think about. And of course, you and I have talked about that before. And of course, Mr. Goodman as well. We had talked a lot about that before, about how things can creep up on you when you're not, when you really don't think about it.
And, and I tell people all the time, a lot of people don't have, the money to pull out of their accounts.
Right.
And whenever we look at it, how is it going to hurt you financially if your significant other passes away? Because you're looking at a lot of money that's gone now. And so let's replace that with life insurance and take care of things. And what about your kids' college education? There's a lot of things that we can plan for, and we can have it in place and ready. That way we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'll tell you the other part about that, and this is what always I'm going to throw it at him like a softball. But no, I think what gets everybody is they say, Josh, we live paycheck to paycheck. And adding something else to that list that goes paycheck to paycheck, that may be, more than, I can't afford $300, $400, $500 a month. And that's kind of common too, especially with both people working, when you're talking about, if they get down to one paycheck, how detrimental that can be for the family.
It is.
But, is there something that we can do that's not going to cost us going out and getting a second job to make it happen?
Well, with Modern Woodman, we have some great policies. I ran a quote on myself the other day. And I'm 28 years old.
Dangerously, my man.
I've got plenty of coverage, but I just wanted some to give an estimate, a quote to where I could tell people.
Right.
And I believe I ran $750,000 on a term policy, and it was going to be $30 a month.
Really?
And so to think about that type of coverage for $30 a month. That's amazing,
my dad has always been great, though. Ever since I was a kid, he was one that he was a saver. and he's always been a saver, and he's tried to really beat that into my noggin over the years. But, it wasn't just that. It was also the insurance. It was also all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I am not as good at things like that as my daddy, and I'm going to admit it. I'm just not. And part of it has been because of circumstance. Part of it has been because I'm lazy or I didn't understand. And, I was always too busy to sit down and think about it. Because, that can be daunting too when you're thinking about paperwork and you've got two parents heading in different directions with what seems like 25 kids, because you've got, mine, yours, and the neighbors.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, you never know, and it's a lot to sit down. So, I mean, if we can sit down with somebody like you can cut through a lot of the red tape for us, right?
Yes. We can go through and see what your needs is and go from there. And we have products for the whole family. We're a full financial company. So we can do anything from retirement accounts to life insurance to kid life insurance for less than $5 a month.
Oh, wow.
And, so you really look at things. And we're also, since we're a fraternal organization, we have so many benefits that come with that.
Right.
Such as we have scholarships for our kids. One of my clients won, I believe, $15,000 last year.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I do a monthly dinner for my clients, and they come out and eat
Wow.
very, very cheap. So we have a lot of things. We're going to have the Happy Feet program. We're going to be buying shoes to donate to them. I think we're donating $700 worth of shoes.
I tear up every time I hear the word Happy Feet. But let me explain something to people that don't understand that. Of course, my son is in special needs classes, and we're very involved in Special Olympics and that sort of thing. And over the years, Happy Feet has brought tennis shoes to these kids out to when they're normally it's about the same time when they're in track, when it's kind of that season. Sometimes it'll be during bowling, but it's always around the first of the year. They always get them to them before school starts, and they will meet them out there and pull these shoes out. You have never seen smiles on little girls and little boys and it's across the board. It's not just the special needs and Special Olympics. It's also the kids that don't have them. And there's a lot of kids. You'd be surprised at the kids who are embarrassed because they don't have shoes. Their feet hurt because the ones that they do have don't fit. And, they are too embarrassed to ask for help.
Well, I think it's great that we have a great community and support system within our school resource with Teresa and Stephanie and Lacey and Libby. And along with Jill Lane that organizes all of the Happy Feet stuff. I believe that, God put certain people in certain places. And whenever Mr. Jerry came to the community to introduce his program, it was pretty heart-wrenching because that's one thing you don't think about. And so, I was involved in it at first whenever it first got started. And this is just one way that Modern Woodman can give back.
I love that.
And, and I'm sure that anyone, if you have $10, $20, Jill would be happy for you to stop by One Main, give it to her and say, hey, go make a difference, because those shoes, just think of where those feet walk. And that just is can be a huge blessing in disguise.
It is one of my favorite charities in the world.
It is.
It really is. I love that one. And anytime we can feed a kid or put shoes on a kid's feet, it just tickles me to death. And that is so you said how many pairs?
We're doing $700 worth.
Oh, my goodness. That's a lot. That's a lot of happy kids.
Yeah, so we're
Good for you.
We're gonna meet out there at Shoe Sensation and buy the shoes and take them up there to Miss Teresa, Miss Stephanie, and help them stock them, and just have a nice little service project out of it, and just one way to help the community.
Good for you. I do thank you.
Well, anytime.
Because that's amazing. That's something that anytime we can give back to our community and the kids that are right here in our community. And again, that goes along with financial planning though too. Because, if you're, and again, I know somebody that this happened to not too long ago, lost her husband, and now she's a single mom. And that extra income, if you don't have that life insurance, can be just devastating for your family.
And and life insurance isn't as expensive as what it looks. And so many people,
it sounds like it, Josh.
It does.
I'm just telling you.
And and I get that a lot. Whenever I go and talk to people, they go, "Well, I can't even afford it."
Right.
And I just tell them, "Give me 10 minutes of your time. Let's sit down. Let's talk, because I believe I can make a difference in your life more than what you think I can." And it's a true honor to be able to help families out and to make sure that they're covered, because we never know when our time's up. And so to make sure that life insurance is enforced. And, one thing, you was talking about Happy Feet being your favorite charity. A lot of people say, I've got plenty of life insurance. I don't need any more. Well, what about leaving it to Happy Feet to where they are always guaranteed to be able to provide shoes? What about leaving it to King's Kitchen to where they can always provide those summer meals? Or any favorite charity of your choice. You can do a charitable life insurance policy and leave it to your favorite charity.
Well, in a good life insurance policy, it's more than just kind of well, everything I say right there now at this moment is going to be a pun right now, isn't it? But it's more than that too, though. I mean, because it's a good part of a portfolio too. I mean, to have as well.
It is, and it's important to have a good portfolio.
Now, there's a 25-cent word for you right there, and Ty wasn't in the room to hear it. I am shocked.
I'm kind of impressed. There you go.
Hey, I got it.
But it's important to have a good, solid portfolio. And I tell people all the time, it's important to let your family know about your portfolio. Let them know who is your financial advisor, who is your life insurance agent, because you never know when that something's going to happen.
Right.
And I deal with families at the funeral home all the time that they go, I don't know where mama had this or what mama has or what daddy has. Well, go on and create that plan. And that's what we're here for, too. We're not just here to write business. As a Modern Woodman agent, we're there for every step of the way. We're going to be there whenever the new child is born, when your kid graduates. Anything that goes on, we have fraternal aid if your house burns down, the house floods or something, to where we help the families out, because you're joining into the Modern Woodman family. Instead of just being a client, instead of just being a number, you're one of us.
Well, and I think that's important too, because you always think, oh, my house is never going to burn. I'm going to tell you what, when I was 17, I woke up to, a floor in my bedroom that was on fire. And that was not something that we planned. It was not. It was, I think, 4 days before Thanksgiving. I mean, it was at the worst possible moment in the year, if there is a good moment, And we lost everything, and that was not something that it looked that we thought was going to happen. My dad, everything he had worked for forever, and a house full of work and effort and years of it, blood, sweat, and tears gone. And if you don't plan for things like that, thank goodness, my dad was a planner. And he was a saver, and even with that, it was still a struggle. I mean, but it does help ease it, some where you're not just out on a limb.
Yes, you're exactly right.
Yes, I am, Josh. Thanks for saying so.
You don't hear that often, do you?
I love that. See, I love it when he comes in because I can pick at him and mess with him. Well, tell us about now phone numbers and email addresses and things like that, so that now that we've told them what you can do, tell them how to get a hold of you.
So you can always call me, and my number is 270-350-6590. Most days I'm over across the street from WPKY at Goodman Funeral Home, and so you can stop in there and see me. I do a lot of night visits because people work during the day. So I do a lot of lunches with people, because, hey, the only time I've got is 30 minutes. All right, let's meet at McDonald's, let's meet at Mexican, sit down and let's get what we can. And just start the conversation, because that's going to be a big important factor, is just to sit down and start the conversation. So you can call me 350-6590. You can find me on Facebook. It's Joshua B. Cook, Modern Woodman Fraternal Financial. So you can type that in and get in touch with me that way too.
Well, and just stop by and see him at Goodman's, because you do a great job over there as well. Tell him I said hi. He works with Mr. Goodman.
There.
That's my buddy.
Yes.
So you tell him that we said hi.
Yes.
And stick around and see what Ty drives up and taunts me with here in a minute. We can all see together, because he's over at Trice Hughes at the moment, and he's picking him out a ride. We're going to check in with him in just a few minutes. It's Coffee Talk with Tess and Ty and 1580 103.3 WPKY. Good morning.
At the Home Depot, we appreciate pros. That's why we created Pro Extra, built just for pros, with exclusive benefits like volume pricing, purchase tracking, and paint rewards. Plus, now pros can save even more time with the new Pro Experience on the Home Depot app. Find products fast in store, access special member savings, and use the new Pro Extra Virtual ID at checkout. All from the convenience of your phone. Become a Pro Extra member today and receive $20 off your next in-store purchase. Only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
How easy is it to find the best new hires with Glassdoor? Yeah, kind of like that. Post your job, and just like that, it's available to over 67 million job seekers. And Glassdoor only matches you with qualified applicants, so you can make the best new hire in half the resumes. Plus, Glassdoor hires are 30% more likely to stay with your company longer. Hire better, hire faster. Start your free trial today at glassdoor.com/hire.
If you're struggling with weight and frustrated with dieting each and every year, Mark Patrick Hypnosis can help. Join the over 500,000 people who have attended Mark Patrick Hypnosis programs with weight loss results. Mark Patrick Hypnosis will be in Hopkinsville on Thursday, September 12th. Summer's over. It's time to get back on track.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
For only $49.99, lose all the weight you want, 100% guaranteed. Thursday, September 12th at the Holiday Inn Hotel, 2910 Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville. Seminar time is 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Registration begins at 5 p.m. Attend this program and find out how the power of hypnosis can help you achieve your weight loss goals. There's limited seating, so get there early. Learn more at markpatrickseminars.com.
Big deals.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
At the Home Depot, we appreciate pros. That's why we created Pro Extra, built just for pros with exclusive benefits like volume pricing, purchase tracking, and paint rewards. Plus, now pros can save even more time with the new Pro experience on the Home Depot app. Find products fast in store, access special member savings, and use the new Pro Extra virtual ID at checkout. All from the convenience of your phone. Become a Pro Extra member today and receive $20 off your next in-store purchase. Only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
How easy is it to find the best new hires with Glassdoor? Yeah, kind of like that. Post your job, and just like that, it's available to over 67 million job seekers. And Glassdoor only matches you with qualified applicants, so you can make the best new hire in half the resumes. Plus, Glassdoor hires are 30% more likely to stay with your company longer. Hire better, hire faster. Start your free trial today at glassdoor.com/hire.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, we're back with Coffee Talk. And we're about to see what Ty's up to. I bet it's no good. Where are you at?
I'm telling you, Tess, the home team at Trice Hughes has got me in a machine today. I'm talking about a ball gaming, tailgating, vacationating machine. I am in a 2018 Citadel version Dodge Durango. And I'm talking about loaded up captain's chairs, a huge navigation screen on this baby. So whether you're trying to find the ball game or heading on that fall break trip, you can do it in luxury in this 2018 Dodge Durango Citadel. I'm talking about it's got plenty of power. If you're out on the highway and to pass, to haul, all-wheel drive, as we know, it's going to be falls upon us, and then of course winter, and this machine will get you around in safety and comfort. Third row seating back there as well. So pack up the kids, pack up the family, pack up your friends, and head to the ball game or your favorite beach destination, Tess. The Dodge Durango Citadel is the ride that you need to do that in.
Well, you know, Josh and I were just talking about the fact that it's nice to have a vehicle that you can put the cooler in, the kids in, the fold-up chairs in, the football helmets in, the pads, and the whole 9 yards. Because when a lot of times you and I both, when you leave the house in the morning, you don't get back till 10 o'clock at night sometimes. So you need everything that you're going to need all day long. And that's one that you can actually fit everything into.
No doubt, Tess, and you can do it in luxury. Again, captain's chairs, leather interior, sitting up high, comfort. You've got on these captain's chairs, you can put the arms down. And then, of course, 7, maybe even 8 people in this thing, and hauling whatever you need. Of course, it's got the Beats Ready stereo system. So if you like your tunes, you can jam all the way to the ball game or all the way on vacation. Pop in your headphones. It's got all the charging stations and, of course, all the climate control. Everything is pretty much conveniently located right here on the steering wheel. Steering wheel is heated. The heats are seated. You can do it right in this 2008 Dodge Durango Citadel. And you can come see it at Trice Hughes, the team.
Well, we will check in with him in just a little bit. And, of course, again, that's the 2018 new Dodge Durango Citadel. Now, that's a loaded-up sticker price, too. Almost $6,000 on sticker price. Almost $60,000 on sale price. $48,999. Doesn't get any better than that. That is a huge drop in price, and that's why we're calling it the Home Team Deal of the Week. Now, that, again, 2018 new Dodge Durango Citadel. And this thing is nice. If you're wanting to go somewhere, if you've got things to do, if you want to leave in the morning and come home at night and have everybody's everything in the back, it's got room for that and their friends, because you always end up picking up a couple of friends on the way home. Make sure you call Trice, get the hometown team working for you, 270-896-0753. Now, if they don't have what you're looking for, they're going to find it. Check out their inventory without ever leaving the house at TriceHughesGM.com or visit the dealership on Highway 91 North in Princeton. Now, Trice wants your business, so give Trice a try. It's right there on 91 North in Princeton. Ty, come on home. We've got more coffee talk on the way. Tess and Ty, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, it's going to be a hot one today all the way through the week. We're just not going to be able to escape that. High 91 today. Now, hopefully, we're going to get a slight break in the heat this afternoon, just in time for the Lady Tiger softball and soccer games this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight low is 68 tomorrow. WPKY Soccer Tuesday. Sunny and hot, hot, hot again. Now, some folks are calling it for 93, some 95. Either way, it's going to be a hot one. On Wednesday, sunny, high 92. Now, Futurecast is calling for this kind of weather all the way through Friday night, when we do have just a little bit of a slight chance of showers overnight, pretty late Friday night. Now, temps are staying hot all week, lower 90s. Again, it is 67 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Wallace Towing.
Are you struggling to afford health care or medications? Let Health First help you. Whether you're insured, uninsured, or underinsured, you will still be cared for at Health First Community Health Center. We offer financial and prescription assistance to all those that qualify, which is based on income and household size. Contact our office for more information at 365-9455 or visit our website. Same-day appointments and walk-ins are always welcome. Located at 1100 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Lyon County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cada's.
1580 103.3 WPKY, 832 with Tess and Ty. And of course, we just got through checking in on Ty at Trice Hughes, and he's got that beautiful Dodge Durango Citadel over there. Make sure you go by, say hi, take a test drive. I say test drive because I think that it's a wonderful ride. That's your hometown home team deal of the week, Trice Hughes. Give them a call, and it's Ty, come on home. I want to see this Durango. Bring it to me. Until he gets here, of course, I've got some people. I love having a full studio. And, of course, we've got Amanda Davenport with Lake Barkley I can't talk this morning. Partnership. And, of course, the Lake Barkley Chamber of Commerce, Deb Domke this morning. I'm sorry, I just butchered both of your names.
That's okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, I have heard that you all have a lot going on. That's what Ty tells me.
We do, yeah. Between both of us, we stay pretty busy. And so we've got an event coming up later this week on Wednesday. We're going to be having a work-ready meeting in Lyon County.
Oh, wow. Now, see, I like this because we had talked before about this. I really like it because you're really trying to get people, you're not just throwing them to the wolves and saying, oh, well, good luck. No, I mean, you're actually helping them out. You're teaching them to write resumes. I mean, what all do you do with that?
Well, with that, we have a lot of resources that we partner with the community, with the libraries and the community college to give people skills, like you said, to apply for jobs or write resumes, or if they need help finding people for letters of recommendation. And then Deb and I also work a lot with small businesses and helping small businesses understand how they can promote what they have to sell to their customers. And Deb's got some really great seminars coming up for some small businesses, if you want to plug that.
Yeah, we are so blessed to have Chris Woolridge from Murray State and the Kentucky Small Business Development Center.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be coming October 30th at noon, and we are offering a business workshop on customer service and retail merchandising. So if you own a small business, so many times you can't afford or you don't have the time to get out. Well, this is like a quick 1 hour snapshot. We feed you lunch, and you get an hour's worth of knowledge from a professor at Murray State. So
I think that's wonderful because a lot of small businesses, they can barely afford advertising. They can barely afford to pay another person, let alone trying to pay to find the other person.
Right. And that's why I think this work-ready community is so essential for our community. Lyon County and McLean County are really the two last counties in this area that are not a work-ready community. And so Amanda does a wonderful job with giving, the community a snapshot of when she's recruiting companies and businesses to come to our area, which is a full cycle. So we get companies and businesses more locating in our area, not only just Lyon County, but Caldwell, Livingston, all around. And that just also feeds our business community. So people live here, they buy clothes, they shop, they need to buy groceries, they have to find a place to live. So everyone wins when we have more companies coming into our community, and that's what Amanda's working really hard trying to get Lyon on the application process for a work-ready community.
Well, when you talk about things, I know a lot of people, we all think, well, why don't all these businesses, we love our community, why don't all these businesses love it as much as we do? Why aren't they just coming in here in droves? But that's something that, it takes somebody a lot of time and a lot of effort to put those packages together, because we've got to look, like maybe a picturesque Mayberry.
Right.
That's different ways like that to make that where they want to come here, right?
Right. Well, and so much of, kind of the site selection process of companies looking to pick the community, it's really a process of elimination. So they start with the geographic area that they want to be in, and then they have certain metrics they look at. And right now, one of the biggest things that companies are looking for is talent and workforce. And if you are in the perfect location and you're right where they want to be, and you have a great site that's ready to go, and the cost is right and everything like that, but if you don't have the workforce, they're not coming. And so this Work Ready program is really a way for us to partner our businesses, our school system, our government, all together to have a conversation to say, how do we ensure that we can meet the current workforce needs, the future workforce needs, and plan our workforce pipeline so that so that businesses can employ people, but two, people know about opportunities to work in our area. So this is a really great tool to try and get just kind of that local labor force market going and kind of
well,
start
and
the
if
process.
they work with in our area, most of the time they're going to move here.
Right.
Chances are we've got children that are now going to school and grocery stores that are now got more people. So that benefits us in a lot of different ways, right?
Yes, and once a company comes into an area and people start spending local, when you spend your dollars locally and with locally owned small businesses or with local advertisers or just with people in your community, those dollars stay in your community and they turn over a lot more within your community than if you're going out of town to shop or if you're shopping with a major national retailer. So it's really a benefit too to kind of develop small business and develop local workforce.
Oh, when we talk about, shop local,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a big movement, I think, over the last, I'd say decade, really, that where we've seen a lot more, even the farmers markets and things like that have really become a lot more popular. And I think that people are kind of starting to go back to that, because when you walk in, they know your name, they probably know your family. There's something that, can be said for that.
And I think so. And not only do you have to look at, like, do we leave here to go shopping in, Paducah or Louisville or Lexington or wherever, but think about, too, online, because we live in a society that we all want it at our fingertips, and we don't think we have time to run down to the local store. But guess what? Amazon and those big retailers online, they're not sponsoring the local, Black Patch Festival. They're not sponsoring the local softball teams or soccer teams, or when you want a donation for your local charity auction. So you have to think twice about before you click that thing, the keyboard, and order that item that'll be here next day or the second day. Think about the businesses in your community, and if you still want that, like 5 or 6 years from now, then you need to think about shopping local and shopping with your neighbor and doing business with your neighbor in all aspects.
I had a friend, actually, Saturday night, out of the blue, she said, do you know a lot of people? Is somebody hiring in something that I could do? And she's wanting to change jobs a little bit. She does have some education. And that's that's what you do, though, right? You're who she needs to come and talk to.
I would definitely say a great place to start is our website, thinkrural.com/jobs. And we update that. I update it usually a few times a week with whatever job opening that I have in the area from some of our major, some of the bigger employers. I don't have all the small business listings, but that's where your chamber can help. And that's where your chamber can say, hey, so-and-so is hiring. Did you know about this? So we really are in the business of trying to help our businesses find people and help people find a job that they're passionate about.
And Amanda and I laugh all the time because we're just here to help. And it's like, I guess it's just a new thing that people don't understand. We don't really want anything from it. We just want to help you and help make this community better. And it's like we look at each other and we're like, they just looked at us like we were crazy or something.
No, we don't want anything.
We just want to help you get a job, and we want to help you locate your business here and be successful.
When people get that many services and they don't want anything in return, hey, we put our eyebrow up, because that's really a great service that you're offering. And when it's not costing them an arm and a leg that they obviously can't afford because they don't have a job at the moment, they're a little skeptical of that. So I think that's wonderful that you guys are doing that and that we're letting everybody know about it. Of course, Ty is back in the studio, and he come back home for a little bit.
I am here, and thanks. I don't know if I think we had some. Did we have some issues with the?
We had a lot of technical difficulties. It sounded like you were being chased by a chicken.
I had a delay on there, but what a great ride that was. But boy, good to have Amanda and Deb here in the studios. And I was doing a little research. Of course, I've been a president of the chamber years ago, and we always talked about our workforce, and it's so wonderful we have our. In the old days of the vocational school, of course, we've had a revamp now. We always talked about let's train our young people for the jobs that can potentially be here. And I think we've made leaps and bounds in that respect. Is that your assessment, Amanda, as well?
Yes, absolutely. The new Career Center, it serves 5 of our districts in the area. So I was just talking with the principal last week, and their numbers have grown exponentially since last year to this year, the number of students that are going through the programs. And that's one of the most high-tech facilities that we have around here. And there's just a lot of opportunities for students to get real on-the-job training. And I believe that every student that graduates will have some type of certificate going into a career if they wanted to do that.
That's what I understand. And of course, it's stages when we talk about getting we're talking Lyon County ready for work ready. Caldwell County is already certified work ready community. So now we've kind of shifted our focus to Lyon County and getting them ready in that process. Where are we in that process?
So we are in the formative stage. So basically we are at square one. The meeting that Deb and I will be having Wednesday morning is just to kind of let everyone know what the process looks like. And we'll be having Christina Slattery from the Cabinet for Economic Development. She oversees the workforce division for economic development. It's such an important thing for us in the profession that we have an entire team dedicated just for workforce development. So she'll be coming in to answer questions to our communities about what the process looks like, about what the metrics for Work Ready are, and then just to answer the questions for the community of how do we get started, what's the best way to go forward? What are some best practices that other communities are doing?
Well, I know that, some people would say, well, I live in Caldwell County. That Lyon County thing doesn't affect me. But it does, doesn't it?
Yes,
With them
it does.
being a joining county, anytime you have counties next door to you like that, it matters a great deal, does it not?
Yeah, well, I mean, people live and work in different counties all over. I mean, I live in Caldwell County, but I work in 3 counties, so I'm all over the place. But, jobs doesn't stop at the county line. Retail doesn't stop at the county line. Restaurants don't stop. So our economy is really dependent on each other. And there's services that are in Lyon County that aren't in Caldwell County and vice versa. And even up in Crittenden County, So we all kind of shop together, work together, live together. So it's very important. If we do have a new business coming in, they're going to hire people from all over. It's not just going to be this county. They're going to pull from the region. So we need to make sure that our region is kind of work ready.
That's what I think makes the Lake Barkley Partnership and the Chambers working together so important, because when you're in small rural communities, it almost becomes a regional type aspect anyway, because you're not in a metropolitan area. And so it allows all of us to share our resources, it shares information, and it just really bodes well. And I know I see you at about every chamber meeting in West Kentucky, Deb. You work the circuit pretty well, but you're networking, you're meeting people, and there could be resources here that we have that somebody else is not aware of, and you make sure, and I know Amanda does as well, that they're informed of those.
Right. You hit it on the nail on the head with, speaking of metropolitan cities, Amanda and I both had the opportunities to live in larger cities. And what people don't get, and I read article after article after article in business periodicals and stuff about, workforce and companies wanting to leave the major metropolitan areas and move more to suburbs and move more to rural communities. And we live in a utopia. People don't realize when you can send your kids to a public school and they're safe and it's a great community to live in, and you go to a great church and the people from the church want to help you out. That's what living in small town America is all about. And you can do your 6-figure income job, with the internet connections and high-speed internet. And, there's just so many opportunities to live a wonderful life in Caldwell and Lyon and all the surrounding areas that we have up here, and still be successful in your career.
Right.
And that's what we try to spread the message of.
No doubt about it. And of course, where we are located, we're conveniently located not too far, within 100 miles of some large metropolitan areas. Yes. And that, I think, with today's internet, with our connectivity, with all the resources that we have, that's right. We can have highly skilled, highly paid jobs be right here in this county, but yet some of the people that we do business with may be far away.
Well, and I don't think people realize how much our local airports are utilized, and how often the airports people fly in and fly out of, that need to go to a larger city or just need to go to another part of the country, can fly in and fly out of. And so, or just being a day's drive, you can get to Louisville and back in a day. Yeah. It's not a fun day. It's a long day, but you can do it.
Sure.
I mean, it's easy.
It's not as bad as you think,
It's not
really.
bad.
No. It just depends on how fast you go.
Yeah. but we really are in such a great location, and we are within 100 miles of Nashville, which is a major market that's growing very quickly. So showing that we have the workforce to serve the some of the bigger communities around is such an important thing, and showing our kids that there's an opportunity to have a great job here and staying here if they want to start their own business, if they want to go to work at one of our existing companies, if they want to be an entrepreneur. I mean, there are so many businesses that could start, that someone has a dream that just wants to grow it into something a lot larger that could be really successful here. And it's just making sure that we're having these conversations and our kids know about it and our employers know what the school systems can do, and that we all work together to kind of grow our communities.
Well, and I think that's important too, because, there's a lot of people that I hear it all the time. We need a new park. We need a new this. We need a new that. Well, those things come with a pretty high price tag. But the more people that we have and more industry that we have in our area and that we can draw to our area, the more likely those things become. Right?
Exactly. Then you're spreading the cost out over a much bigger tax base. So everyone is kind of pitching in to share the cost to get more amenities in the community.
This one caught me off guard just a little bit as I was looking on the Kentucky Work Ready site that Callaway County still is in the formative stage of becoming a certified Work Ready community. That sort of surprised me because I graduated from Murray State. I went to school down there. While I was in school, I worked at several manufacturing facilities that they had down there. They used to have Fisher Price, and of course, unfortunately, they're losing their Briggs and Stratton plant. And then now I'm going to bring up something that I guess we really don't want to talk about. We can have qualified workers in our area and our workforce that is ready, but we do have issues in our society that is posing tremendous problems for our manufacturers when they're trying to get qualified and skilled workers into the workforce. So tell us how some of the organizations and resources that we have are handling some of the issues that aren't really pleasant to talk about in our workforce, and how we get people some help that are tremendously skilled but yet might have an issue that is keeping them from being able to work.
Right. Well, sure. For example, a lot of companies are kind of, if they have the ability through just their company security to hire people with a record of some kind, a lot of companies are doing that. There's an expungement fair. So basically, if you have had something in your past, some kind of just criminal thing in your past, you can go to an expungement fair, and basically different companies around are having job fairs to hire people with past convictions. And the expungement fair helps you kind of clean up your record, and if it's been enough time, you can get that kind of conviction taken off your background. So there's one coming up, I think it's this month in Madisonville, and they recently had one earlier this year in Livingston County. So these happen pretty often. And then otherwise, drugs can be a real issue in the community if people can't pass a drug test. So a lot of the employers are struggling with that and trying to figure out, how they find people that will keep coming to work and can pass a drug test. And, I don't know if we have the exact solution for that yet.
Right. But that's good to know, though, if you are out there and you're thinking, boy, I'll never get hired because something happened a long time ago or whatever. But that's good that we have these expungement sessions so that you can go up there and you get educated and to clean up and know that, I'm a highly skilled worker.
Yes.
That was in the past. I'm trying to set things right, and I can go to work and be a really good employee.
Yeah, and a lot of our companies are willing to hire people with records. It depends on kind of what the record is, but for the most part, they're willing to hire a lot and have kind of I think that the shift is changing with our businesses and from the state level. People are saying, okay, you're young, you're dumb, you made a mistake, you haven't done anything in the past, you're a great worker, and are working, to kind of help people get back in the job market.
Well, and unfortunately, I think sometimes, when you feel desperate, when you can't get a job and all of those things are there, then a lot of times the drug abuse and the alcohol, that kind of comes along with it. And, it's kind of a symptom cause, and then it's a snowball effect.
Right.
And if you can get in and fix some of these problems for people so that they don't have to worry about the other parts, that would really make a huge difference, not only as being work ready, but just in the community, a community in general.
Well, and I do want to say too, if people are interested in, going and want to start a career at one of our industrial employers, but they just don't have the skills. If you're a great worker and if you're going to show up on time, all of our manufacturers have training programs to get you the skills that you need. If you're going to show up and actually, kind of come to work and do your job, we can find you a job and we can get you the skills you need to really succeed in your job. And most of these companies will move you up over time. So you're not just going to be stuck at entry level forever.
I hear it all the time. I can't find a job, find a job. Well, that's a lady that can find you a job right there. If you're willing to work and show up and put the time in.
And I think it's a very hopeful time in our area as well. There's a lot of things, economies up and down. You might have an area of the country where, certain manufacturing and industry is struggling, but yet I think for the most part in Western Kentucky, we're open for business.
Yes.
And there are jobs to be had. And again, don't let that you're thinking, well, I don't have the training necessarily, because you're exactly right. If you are willing to work and put in the time, there are wonderful training programs that our factories have that can get you on your way to a wonderful career.
Well, and even some of the small businesses, because the training programs are open to any type of industry. So it doesn't just have to be the manufacturers. There are small businesses as well that can hire and can have access to the training programs through some of the community colleges.
And about the community colleges, I have never seen so many engaged community college as, like, you've got Madisonville Community College up there with the lineman program.
Yep.
And you've got, they're actually looking to see what the needs of our community and then supplying it with training. So they're very proactive. And so Paducah, Murray State, they're all working. And speaking of Murray, I sit on the Kentucky Workforce Development Board, and they're very much proactive going into the Callaway County market, trying to help them with training and resources and trying to retrain those workers. And they not only serve Callaway County, but they serve all of our counties. So there are resources here and there is availability, but the key to it is that person, and they're willing to work and work hard for what they want in life.
I love that. I really do.
Again, I just want to say, the success to mine and Deb's job is engagement with our businesses. If we don't know what our businesses need and if we can't help, we don't know how to help. So we really are here to serve our community and to serve our business community as well, and really just figure out what their needs are and how we can help and serve them.
Well, again, phone numbers, email addresses, all that good stuff. Let's make sure that they know how to get a hold of both of you.
Sure. Well, and I just want to say our work ready meeting again will be Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. at the small building at the Lee S. Jones Convention, 11 a.m. and we will have a light lunch provided for anyone who wants to show up. And you can reach me at amanda@thinkrural.com, and our website is thinkrural.com.
And I'm Deb with the Lake Barkley Chamber. You can reach me at 270-388-4769, or you can email me at lakebarkleychamber1@gmail.com.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Appreciate what you do in our communities. I know you all are passionate about about your work and what you're doing. I know you stay very busy, and so appreciative of the hard work that you put into all our communities. So thank you so much for what you do, and thank you for being here.
Yeah,
great information.
Thank you.
We're happy to come by anytime.
Well, thanks so much. Hey, Tess and Ty are going to be back in just a few seconds, and we'll get you caught up again on that Trice Hughes Home Team Deal of the Week. And we'll stick around. It's 8:54 at Tess and Ty, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, it's going to be hot today and hot all week long. That's about the extent of the forecast. Sunshine today, high 91. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 68. Tomorrow, WPKY Soccer Tuesday, sunny and hot with a high of 93. And then on Wednesday, sunshine, high 92. It is 67 at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Kentucky Home Realty.
It's the biggest sale of the year. It's the anniversary sale at Bradley Furniture, September 12th, 13th, and 14th. The store is fully stocked with new merchandise, hot deals, and sales throughout the store. Recliners start at $299, mattresses start at $88, dining sets start at $279, sofa and love seats start at $679. Register to win a catnapper recliner. There'll be door prizes awarded on Thursday and Friday, September 12th and 13th, every hour from 12 to 5. Don't miss this huge sale. Bradley Furniture, downtown Princeton, September 12th, 13th, and 14th.
We've all heard the phrase, service above self, or servant's heart. There are some that actually live by this. We call these folks hometown heroes. Nominate your hometown hero by going to WPKYonline.com and clicking on Hometown Hero. They just may be recognized as the Hometown Hero of the Month.
$15.80, 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty, and Coffee Talk. Of course, at 8:56, and in time, we did have a little bit of a technical difficulty this morning. You were breaking up.
I have no idea why.
I don't either.
There is a section of town. I was just stayed in town. There is a little section maybe down that's depending on where you are, you can drop your signal. That's one thing I can guess that we had. But
well, you dropped it.
But I can tell you this, that all-wheel drive Dodge Durango Citadel is a machine, a massive machine. Whether you're going on vacation, whether you're just going to the ball game, you put the fam, the kids, everybody, and do some hauling and luxury. And boy, you need to check it out. It's a beautiful machine.
I'll tell you, I used to own a Dodge Durango. I did. So I can tell you
I
right
believe
now, this thing, we couldn't kill it. And I mean, my family can kill about anything.
Well, this thing has captain's chairs. Of course, it's covered by all the warranties. It's 2018 all-wheel drive. Of course, fall's coming up. We're going to have winter. We'll probably have snow. Guess what? You can get around in that vehicle with confidence and do it in luxury.
Well, we passed it on to my dad. Drove it for years in the winter, to do just that because he wanted something he could get around in too. And hey, they handle wonderfully. And
there's enough oomph out there on the highway if you need to get around the trucks or whatever you need. It's got plenty. It's got paddle shifters on the steering wheel. But nice thing is everything's right there on the steering wheel, whether you want to change volume, whether you want to do navigation. And then, of course, it's got the touch screen and a cool beat system inside there. So all your charging stations and your internet and all that Wi-Fi. So pretty cool machine now. Loaded up.
I will tell you, what a great deal they've got on that over there, too. It's not just the hometown deal and the home team deal of the week. I mean, when they say that, they really do mean it. Of course, it's a 2018 model, which is new Dodge Durango Citadel, loaded up sticker price, almost $60,000. Listen to this, on sale Trice price, $48,999.
Whew.
That is a deep discount. I don't see how they're doing it, to be perfectly honest.
I got in my 5-speed Jeep. I've got a Jeep Patriot and it's 5-speed. And I got in that thing, and what a difference.
Oh, what a difference,
like it, but
man.
My goodness, I was like, man.
Those things are smooth. It's one of those, you hit a pothole, and it's like, what a pothole?
Oh, man.
What? Did we hit something? Speed bump? What?
Yeah.
What was that?
But I mean, the difference if you get out of one vehicle like that and get into
night and day, apple and orange.
It was unbelievable. I was like, man, I wish I could take this on my calls today and wherever I'm going to Katie's.
He might let you.
Oh,
you never know. Yeah, it'd be an awfully long test
drive,
but it could be.
Crank that cool air down. Oh.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Stick around. Of course, we're going to have your news coming up in just a little bit. Your full weather forecast here in just a second. Todd Griffin's going to be back to let you know what's going on sports-wise. Of course, we've got a 6th to 8th grade Lady Tiger softball game this afternoon, and then, of course, the Lady Tiger soccer game this evening as well. So those are coming up today. Be on the lookout for maybe the scores and that sort of thing if you can't go and see
YourSportsEdge.com.
That's right. Stick around, too. Of course, Coffee Talk. We've got all kinds of things coming up next week. Tomorrow, we've got Gabe Jenkins.
And Tad Ladd.
Yeah, and it's going to be, about deer hunting and extraordinaire. It's going to be a great series before we ever finish that thing. I don't know. We may not finish it up until next year's deer season. Who knows? We may still be just going right along with it. Who knows? It's 8:59 with Tess and Tyne. We sure appreciate you. And, of course, high of 91 today. So stay hydrated. You get your sunblock. Make sure that you don't spend too much time out in the sun, okay? It's Tess and Tyne, 1580, 103.3, WPKY, Princeton.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3, WPKY, Princeton.
News. I'm Lillian Wu. They're canceled now, but President Trump coming under fire from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle over diplomatic efforts to meet with the Taliban.
The Taliban have now said that Americans will lose the most for canceling the talks, and they have vowed to continue their attacks, saying they would fight for 100 years if they must.
Fox's Benjamin Hall, a rescue operation off the coast of Georgia after a cargo ship caught fire and overturned with 4 crew members still trapped inside.
Rescue teams near St. Simons Island are hoping to go inside the ship after conditions yesterday proved just too dangerous. The Coast Guard rescuing most of the crew members off the Golden Ray. A representative from Hyundai Glovis said there was some kind of internal fire that could not be controlled.
Fox's Todd Pyro. And automaker Nissan's chief executive resigning after admitting he received questionable income. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Sunshine today with a high of 91. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low of 68. Tomorrow for your WPKY Soccer Tuesday, sunny and hot, high 93. And then on Wednesday, sunny, again, high 92. Now, your futurecast calling for blue skies all week with our next slight chance of rain coming late Friday night. Temps staying hot all week in the lower 90s. Again, sunshine today with a high 91.
Life
is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.